just singularly focused on one position, but he's a good football player.
All right, cue the booing. The Browns are back on the clock, and they're ready with their next pick.
Okay, Brownies, we back in the building. With the 58th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Emmanuel McNeel Warren, DB, Toledo. Let's get it.
Emmanuel McNeel Warren is from Tampa. Started the past 3 seasons at Toledo. Had 5 interceptions, including one that he took back for a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, he's a box safety, and he's big, 6'3.5", rangy, 200 pounds. He's got long arms. At 4'5", too. Okay, fast enough. Bottom line is, when he had to go up against an SEC opponent out of the Mid-American Conference against Mississippi State 2 years ago, he was outstanding. And against Kentucky this year, August 30th, he had 11 tackles. He forced a fumble in that game. Talk about a guy who was quick to trigger and find the football. He's forced 8 fumbles in his career. Has that knack of getting, like Avion Terrell, stripping that football. He prepares, he studies, he's always in the building. Could be a guy, when you think about moving forward, that feel and coverage, he has that, but he's the type of guy, he fits that defensive scheme. A lot of teams wouldn't be looking at Emmanuel McNeel Warren if you want that guy cover safety like the Dylan Thielman can be. Certainly you talk about a guy that's big, box safety, and like I said, when you talk about stepping out of that conference and playing against Mississippi State and Kentucky, he did the job. Zone guy, that's what you want. And the bottom line is, this is a steal to me. I thought he could go in the late first round. To me, you talk about Dylan Thielman and Emmanuel McNeel Warren. I know it fits the scheme. Who does that better? Bottom line is, on ability, they were very similar.
They were teammates. He and Quinyon Mitchell were teammates in that Toledo secondary for 1 season. And so there's good precedent of good success for the Toledo DBs in the NFL. Houston Texans back on the board here. They took Caden McDonald earlier in this round, and they're back with another selection here.
How you guys doing? What a great opportunity to announce a pick for the best team in Texas. Last time the commissioner took my opportunity to talk, so I definitely have to say hello to my 2 children, Jaden and Celeste. Give a shout out to the Care League. Last but not least, Bushwood Elite and the Winning Edge. This is special for me because I know this kid personally, which is ironic. With the 59th pick for the Houston Texans, they select Marlin Klein, tight end, University of Michigan.
And so the tight ends continue to come. Marlin Klein is now a Houston Texan.
Yeah, this is a developmental project, but I really like some of the things that he has. He just needs to get stronger. 6'6", 248, just under 4'7" in the 40. He's got good explosive testing numbers in terms of vertical and his broad jump. And he's a guy who really, he lined all over the place. The U, the F, in line at the Y. He'll compete, just needs to get stronger. He has top end, he has good speed down the seam, as you see here. He'll snatch and plus the football, but the route running has to be refined. The play speed has to get better as far as his ability to really get in and out of break and create separation. You see there, the competitiveness, the willingness there as far as the blocker is concerned, just needs to get bigger and stronger. I think at tight end, when you're talking about taking guys here in the second round, this is the kind of profile that you're looking for. Guys who have upside just need more physical development.
He's a work in progress.
Yep.
He needs to do better in contested situations. I think in the blocking, he's got to improve. So, like I say, you show flashes with Marlin Klein. He needs to start putting it all together, and obviously needs some time to develop at the pro level.
All right, we're rolling along. Emmanuel McNeel Warren is headed 2 hours west from Toledo to Cleveland. It's the first time in 50 years the Browns have taken a Toledo player. We'll be back in Cleveland, or in Pittsburgh, I should say, in just a moment. It's been heavy on defense tonight. Let's see which direction the Titans go next.
Titans fan, what's up? With the 60th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker, Texas.
Anthony Hill Jr. is from Denton, Texas, and he was terrific in Austin From the moment he got there, he was a freshman All-American and then a finalist for the Butkus Award last year.
I mean, I really like this guy. Got to see him play down in the swamp when Texas visited Florida Gators, and I loved everything about him. He's a green dot guy, great communicator. He is all about downhill playing personality. Fast off the spot. He finds a way through traffic. Thinking you can line him up on the edge. You can set the edge. If you were going to play a 3-4, you can play him out there. I mean, he is 6'2", 238 pounds and ran 4.5, which I was surprised he ran that fast. I didn't think he was that fast. But this is a dude who can make plays when he's dropping back in the zone. That's not his forte. His forte is key and diagnose, flow fast to the football, get off blocks, and basically just disrupt and wreck stuff. This is a Robert Saleh type of guy. If he wanted somebody to really kind of set the tone on defense on the second level, I think Anthony Hill is capable of doing just that.
Much improved tackler over the last year than he was as a junior. You think about the 7 forced fumbles as well.
Yeah.
Diagnostic ability, not to the level of C.J. Allen, though.
But when you think about Robert Saleh, where he came from, think about who he had in San Francisco and Dre Greenlaw. When Greenlaw was out there, this is a guy who reminds you of Dre Greenlaw.
Got a problem with that, Lou?
I absolutely do. I mean, I like CJ. I like him. I don't like him as much as I like Anthony Hill, but that's cool.
The LA
this is
Rams.
the fun part.
This would be fun. The Rams set the place afire last night as they selected the quarterback Ty Simpson at number 13. This is the next pick they've made since then.
St. Louis, I still love y'all, St. Louis. With the 61st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the LA Rams select Max Klare, tight end from Ohio State, baby.
He started out at Purdue, Max Klare did, caught 51 balls there in 2024. Transferred to Columbus, and he was first-team All-Big Ten in his lone season with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I look at Max Klare, and I watched him this year. He comes from Purdue, and you thought the guy was going to really take over some games. Will Casimira came over from Ohio. He was the blocker. Max Klare made plays. He had one couple key drops here and there, but see the sideline. He's got that body control. He's got talent, Lou. I didn't see it on a consistent basis to the level of being a second-round pick. I thought Max Klare would fall more into that third, fourth-round area, so for me, it's a slight reach.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I think he's a good short intermediate route runner. I mean, he's just slightly above average as far as his quickness, his route running, his run after the catch. Quite honestly, I thought he was disappointing at the point of attack as a run blocker. I didn't think he played as tough as you typically associate with Ohio State tight ends. You're right. This is a little rich for me. We'll see. The Rams have done a great job of utilizing tight ends, both in terms of how they use them on game day and developing them. They're going to need to develop him.
And I think that's what you look at when you look at Sean McVay. How they use the tight ends like they use Higbee in this offense. It's a play-action-based offense, running the football. If any offensive coordinator can figure out how to use them and where to put them best, it's Sean McVay.
I can put a number to that. The Rams had 331 plays with 3 tight ends on the field last year. That's more than twice as many. Traded out of this spot. The Buffalo Bills will make another pick here. They took T.J. Parker, the edge rusher, earlier in round 2, and now they will select again here at number 62.
We had to take advantage of the opportunity to come up here with a legend, Penn State and Buffalo. With the 62nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select
Davison Igbinosun, DB, Ohio State.
Davison Igbinosun is from Union Township, New Jersey. Began his college career at Ole Miss, transferred to Columbus in time to start all 16 games in the national title season of 24, then made the first team All-Big Ten last year.
Yeah, this is a long corner at 6'2", 190 pounds. And for a guy who's that long, he's got good body control. He's got real smooth, fluid movement. What you see show up time and time again is this guy competes for the rock now down the field. In those 50-50 situations, he's going to win those more times than not. As you see right there, he does a nice job of getting his hands in there at the catch point. He's better when he's pressed up. He's real good in zone coverage, real good understanding of route development. He will compete against the run, likes to cut low, will miss some tackles in that way. But you like the length that he brings to the table and the way he competes on the ball.
He cut those penalties down dramatically, down to only 3. 2 handsy and grabbing resulted in a lot of penalties. Got better in that area this year.
All right, we will be back in 30 seconds after a word from Roundup Duel. All right, we're getting close to the end of round 2 here. Pick number 63 will be the Chargers, who we haven't seen since they took Akeem Mesidor at number 22 overall last night. And then Seattle scheduled to make the final pick of round 2, and then we'll begin round 3 tonight. Remember, we have rounds 2 and 3 tonight. We'll have 5 minutes between picks in the third round.
I'm waiting for Emmanuel Pregnon. I mean, I was impressed. Good tape. Chargers need a guard. That's an area of need for them. We thought maybe Venga Owane would be there from Penn State. He wasn't. Went to the Baltimore Ravens. I'm just waiting for Pregnon. I think it's a hole filler. I was impressed, Lou and Boog, with the tape of Emmanuel Pregnon. That Iowa game just blew me away, and he had a consistent year overall starter at 3 different schools: Wyoming, USC, and Oregon.
And when you think about what the Chargers want to do and how Jim Harbaugh wants to run the football, Pregnon fits that. It can be a power player. You put him next to one of those big tackles, whether it's Alt or Slater, they can run the ball and be physical.
Oh, he's just a flat-out mauler. That's what he is. Big, heavy hands. Gets a little overextended in pass pro, right? Gets up on his toes a little bit. Or he's going to come off the rock against the run. That is for sure.
We'll see if that's the direction the Chargers choose to go. Sean Merriman is making his way to the podium to announce their selection.
Wait a minute. Something's not right. With the 63rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Jake Slaughter, guard, Florida.
Jake Slaughter was an All-American and a first-team All-SEC each of the last 2 years. Started 33 games for the Gators and had the highest total score of any of the centers at the Combine.
Yeah, very good player. The consistency that he played with at 6'5", it was very impressive. 6'5", 303, 32 and a half arms. Was a pass blocker. Technique is sound. Footwork's very good. He's effective on combo block. I love the alertness of Jake Slaughter, a veteran player. He gets it. He can step in and play right away. This team needs that interior lineman. I thought Pregnon would be a good player. I like Slaughter. I thought it worked to be a third, fourth rounder. They gave me at the end of the second. So an interior offensive lineman like Jake Slaughter. I know teams thought he could be a guy who could start right away as a center in the NFL. I really like the kid, Lou.
Oh, he's got vice grips for hands. Look, Florida State is still having nightmares of what he did to their defensive line.
All right, the world champions are on the clock. The Seahawks made the final pick of round 1. They'll make the final pick of round 2, and then we'll start round 3 here tonight as we continue live from Pittsburgh. It's the NFL Draft